What we do here is go back.
Good evening and welcome. Mike here, Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. It is Saturday the, 24th of January 2026 and we're back, sort of back. For those of you, actually make sure you can actually hear me first of all. Can you hear me? Is everything working? Am I visible? Looks like it. The colour balance on the camera is absolutely horrendous. Never mind, we can live. All good, says Willie Bob, loud and clear. Excellent, it is working. Cool. Mike nodding. Right, just a brief explanation of why we haven't been streaming. Well, there's been various reasons. Family commitments were one of them, but also I've not been well. So I don't know for sure, but it seems that I may have had possibly some sort of circulatory issue, possibly from a blood clot, I think, possibly in my leg. It's one of those things, it's very difficult to actually pinpoint. It's been pretty rough, let me tell you. So yeah, all the usual stuff, chest pains, blurry vision, headaches, all that kind of stuff, which, yeah, is not good. And obviously being a little bit kind of out of it as well at the time makes it very difficult to concentrate or to get any sort of coherent speech together. So that's why we've been taking a break from doing streams, because at the moment on a daily basis it's very hard for me to try and stay focused and get all the words out in the right order without getting frustrated with myself for not being able to do it. So that is essentially the reason why you've not seen us on a Saturday evening. Kath's absolutely fine, aren't you, Kath?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's happy, she's well, she's good. I am on the slow but seemingly steady recovery. I'm feeling stronger every day, feeling a little bit better every day. I do still occasionally get the quite intense headaches and also palpitations and all that kind of usual stuff, along with sort of the feeling of high blood pressure and, yeah, basically hypertensive issues. So I am working on getting my blood pressure down and obviously not doing live streams. Live streaming is quite a stressful task, especially when you're kind of not a one-man band, but effectively I'm the person on camera, so I have to take the brunt of it for the amount of time that we're actually filming. Whereas obviously if there was Kath or someone else that was in here could sort of share the load, so to speak, it would be considerably easier. And yeah, that is kind of where it is, where we're at the moment. Thanks to all of you that have sent all the well wishes and what have you and showed concern. It is very humbling to know that there's people out there other than kind of direct friends and family which actually do care. So yeah, thank you all so much, and thank you for those of you that have still continued watching our videos, even though it can be said that at the moment the PC industry is, without putting too fine a point on it, completely fucked. I think we can all agree with that. And
Let's do a...
Oh, we've got some super chats and stuff going. Yeah, we've got some cheerful stuff.
Super chat, but...
What we got? Let's just say. So hello David Underhill, hello Ashley Strachan. Actually, I'll go through the list shortly. Mark Gaines has just been a member for 10 months now. It says hello Mike, Kath and everyone in the chat. Thank you, Mark Gaines, much appreciated. Yeah, so this stream there won't be any punches pulled. I'm gonna pretty much say it as it is as regard to the PC industry. Obviously we've not been on a stream for a month, so there's been a few goings on. Things have gradually gotten a little bit worse, especially for things like the RAM market and the storage solutions market. It's fucked. there's no easy way of putting it, and you've probably all seen videos from places like CEX and just other content creators who are really struggling, and really just we're all trying to get our heads around what we actually do. Like, the bottom has literally fallen out of the IT market, the sector in general. Obviously, the self-build market for PCs and stuff is dead. It's really, really dead. Now, we've been lucky recently. We've had a few bits and pieces around, so we've managed to put a few computers together to sell on and to throw a few more quid into the kitty to try and keep the lights on here. Because obviously, with everything going on, people aren't interested. They don't want to spend 300, 400, 500 pounds for a DDR5 set of RAM, and I don't blame you. So for losing interest in IT and watching different videos makes complete sense. And I've actually been finding myself watching tasty classics, classic cars. There's a quick one back from Super Chat, or PayPal donation, sorry, for £15 from Nick, Joe, Molly and Luna. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. It's great. Welcome back, Mike and Kath. All the best for 2026. Best wishes from the family. I can actually see that.
I zoomed in.
It wasn't very long. Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I was doing well.
No, it was like
There was a time where my vision was terrible because of the pressure. It makes your eyes go funny. So, like, trying to read the screen, it still isn't exactly great, but then my eyes have never been great anyway. I should really wear glasses for reading this shit. But anyway, I haven't done. And yeah, so that's where I am. So I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be positive rather than just wallowing in my own self-pity and health issues. I'm just going to have to get on with it. I know there's a lot of people out there who are far worse off than me and still manage to do a day's work. So why the hell shouldn't I? That's the kind of my ethos. If it gets to the point where I can't do it or I can't continue to do it, then I will just take another break. It's as simple as that. So I will say now straight away, don't be expecting a dedicated live stream every Saturday because it might not happen. But today, touch wood, I got up late. Actually, I got up really late. That's one thing as well, because I've been taking some, I won't call it medication, but I've been taking some supplements to help with the recovery. And it's made me feel quite bloated and sluggish, and also it makes me very tired.
But it's meant to make you
but it's supposed to make you better. Yeah.
Not
so
vibrant, what's the word?
Revitalized?
Yeah.
I've been taking all sorts, but I feel better than I did. So something is working, whether it's just my own body healing itself or whether it's the supplements I'm taking,
Right.
which are helping as well. I honestly don't know. And honestly, I don't care. As long as I feel better or slightly better than I did, because I did feel absolutely rough. I thought there was one day where I honestly thought I didn't think I was going to make it through the day. I thought this was it. And that scared me. I'll be honest with you, it did scare me. So we're past it. We're getting on. Things are getting better, hopefully. I'm going to get a seizure in a minute from the lights being turned on and off. Kev has been a member now for 41 months. Thank you for supporting us. Pivot to other topics, linked to PCs, of course. Well, yeah, that is part of it. We will be trying to do that to some extent. There will be a mixed bag of videos. You guys know, and girls, obviously, you know what it's like on this channel. I basically record anything that interests me or anything which I do which I think could potentially help other people, such as fitting wiper blades to a car, that sort of thing. I've recorded that and I've put it, and they actually get quite good views because it's useful content, and we will try and do as much as we can to try and keep things ticking along, keep people interested, and just to make it enjoyable. I don't want the channel to die, and at the moment, from what they're saying, this is going to be like this for 2 years or more, and I don't want it to be just the channel just slowly fizzles out. I am going to try and keep it going. The views have dropped off a cliff because people aren't interested. Traditionally, in December, it's probably our best month ever, every other year. But this year has been absolutely horrific in terms of revenue and watch time. Also, YouTube have made a bit of a cup where they've not been reporting views correctly. It says it's been underreported for almost a month. So Lord only knows what that's going to do. Whether it's going to improve things, I don't know. But things are looking pretty awful. They have done. Sorry, itchy ear hole. Thank you, Mark Gaines, for the £10 super chat. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't even leave that going.
The super chats now help us more than you could imagine. And also the fact that obviously we took like 5 weeks out of streaming at least, and not working. My Sunday daily job, which I've been doing down in the shop, I've not been able to do that either. So yeah, the economy is screwed. YouTube views are down. YouTube money is down. No super chats or anything for a month, and no working in the shop for a month. So yeah, this I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. It is kind of funny, but yeah, financially, well, we're not screwed, but if it carries on much longer, it's not going to be great. So hence why we might be pivoting a little bit on content and doing things a little bit differently, just to appeal to or at least draw in some other viewers. So yeah, it's weird. Even the BIOS update videos are doing badly. Yeah, just be nice to maintain the viewers. That would be great to keep you all on board. Thanks to John David Sullivan, who's been a member for 22 months. Says, glad you're back tonight, however brief it is. Bless your heart. Thank you, John. Keith says, hi from Edinburgh, Scotland. This is Bulldog from your server. Ah, thank you. It's always nice to know what people's names are, because we got people in the Discord, which I probably talk to daily, and I have no idea what their real names are. So when they appear on YouTube or something, it's like, I don't know who you are. Anyway. Dandy P says, great to see you both back in some capacity. You've been genuinely missed. Well, you should aim better. But thank you for the sentiment. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Welly Bob says, people, mainly tech humans, are sick to death of the constant PC parts situation. Only way forward is to push through, kind of. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. I think you're absolutely right. It's not a great situation at the moment, and it seems like almost like the perfect storm. So the AI bubble is basically killing off people's interest as well, because people just don't want AI. I think we should be making a concerted effort wherever possible, in social media, in your daily surroundings or whatever, just whatever you can do, just say no to AI, however you possibly can. Because it's intrusive, it's rubbish, and it's not going to help us, is it? Let's be honest with you. How is AI realistically, on a consumer level, going to help us? It might make things easier. Like, it might tell you...
How much easier will it be when you've got no job and no money and no life?
Yeah, I was getting to that, but thanks. Yeah, it's just not great. AI sucks. We hate it.
Go back to cash.
Windows seems, or Microsoft in general, seem hell-bent on inserting AI right up our assholes as far as they possibly can until it makes us puke, and it seems to be working because we're all fucking sick of it. Anyway, sorry for the language. Calm down, Michael. Ashley Strachan, thank you for the £10 super chat. It says, well, wait, Crapfest 2026 is already. Let's ride this crap storm all together. Yeah, that's the thing.
Soon be Christmas.
It may be crap in the PC industry, and it may be like bleak, but we have still got our communities. Everyone's got their own little communities they're in, and if you haven't, you can join ours. We're happy to have you, and you can bitch about that stuff as long as you like, and we'll quite happily listen to you, because I think it's very much the way things are going to be. And until the AI bubble bursts, which inevitably it will, I think there's enough of a backlash against it at the moment to gain enough momentum to make companies realise that we don't want it, don't need it, just take it away, or at least give us the options to not have it. Thank you, Arachnoid of the Underverse. £20 super chat. Thank you very much. Best wishes to you and Kath. Stay warm and stay safe. Thank you very much, Andy.
There's one up higher.
Oh, there's one up higher as well.
I've been waiting for
Ashley Strachan, I did that one.
No,
David Underhill, member for 26 months, #1 Aussie fan. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Michael Bellingham, £10 super chat. Thank you very much. Nice to see you back. We missed you. Thank you. I haven't been clicking on the heart button here. I'm very much out of... where's the other one? Was there another one? Yes, there was one there. Thank you, guys. You're all so kind. Bless your hearts. There's another from David Underhill. $20 Aussie. Thank you, David Underhill.
I can't even sit back, sorry.
Kath's going to be knackered. Buy some feel-good food. Thank you. Oh, and here comes... There's another one as well after that, Kath, so you can't sit down yet.
Thank you.
Dear. Oh, and there's another one after that as well. Hang on, that light is... I got something in my eye now. It's making my eye blurry. Mickey Woods, £10. Hey, Mickey Woods, long time no see. Good to see you. We've missed you both. Let's hope your health is back on track soon. Saturday nights ain't the same without you.
Aww.
And the same goes to you. It's been... yeah, I was starting to miss it anyway because we were taking some time out for other family stuff. But when I got ill as well, it's like, oh, God. I really miss the guys and girls.
But I was getting some...
It sucks.
Crochet done.
Kath's been getting some crochet work done. You've probably seen Mario. I'll get them down in a minute.
Put the light on there.
Oh, there's another one from Matthew Day. £5. There's 1% of a RAM kit. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it is funny. You've got to laugh at these things.
Conflicts are resolved when you can laugh about it.
Ashley Strachan says I use AI to make images of all the people I hate at work. Nice on Google for spending all that money so I can make useless crap. Oh, yeah. Sorry, but So Kath's been busy.
Still busy.
She's still busy. She's been making crochet stuff. So whilst I've been sat on my chair over there, basically comatose or out of it, Kath's been making these. So this is Yoshi, I believe, which Kath has made out of crochet. Which you might actually see some. You might see
him in light in a minute.
Oh, actually, you might see him in the video, but I was gonna say no, you won't because that video's been cancelled. There's another PayPal donation. Wow, thanks. It's getting a bit much now. Thanks from Gary, £25. Thank you so much. And there's another one from Jamie there. £5 from Jamie as well. This feels like a telethon. Raising money to send Mike to a health farm. Saturday night's not the same without my favourite pair of Bristolians. A pair of Bristols is definitely a different thing altogether than what you think it is. A pair of Bristols is the old
sweet boy
front bumps. And there's another one from Jan Dammer, €25. Thank you, Jan. I spoke to Jan earlier asking about whether or not there'll be a stream or whether we'll be back. It's Jan's fault. He kind of guilted me into it. Oh God, there's more coming, Kath. You can't sit down.
I will catch up with the chat at some point.
I'm going to catch up with the chat at some point. Skystalker sent us $27.99 in Canadian dollars. Thank you very much. Tina wants to make fun stuff like that, Kath.
Oh, just get a YouTube video and learn it. It's so
easy. And there's one from Mikey P, £10. Thank you so much. Just take it easy, fella. I can't. You're sending these super chats too quickly.
You're sat there. I'm back and forth.
Senrab says, lol, Spaniel's ears, Mike, you mean? Yeah, mine are getting like Spaniel's ears. Bless you all so much for your kindness, contributions. Thank you. So there's Yoshi, which Kath has made. And I'm actually going to be using these in some of the videos because I think they're pretty cool. And there is the Mario, which some of you may have seen already. So crocheted Mario. And there's also a crocheted Luigi as well. And Kath's currently in the process of doing a Princess Peach, is it?
Yep.
Princess Peach. So she's got a
She's
Princess Peach on the way.
And she's been in the sun by the looks of her.
So yeah, they're very good. I like them. I know it's not really a manly thing to have kind of crocheted stuff, but I think these are cool.
There you go. Have to rearrange your
Here comes Princess Peach.
She's a little bit.
So she's a work in progress.
She looks a bit like bored.
And you need Toad as well, John Daveson says. Careful, Nintendo will sue. Well, if they do, it's good because that means that Kath's crochet skills are excellent, on par. Otherwise, they're just a likeness. Kath needs to do a crochet video with Mike. I want her to do crochet videos, but she won't do it.
I don't think I'm good enough yet.
Dandy P says, are you going to attempt a Bowser?
I might do.
She might do.
Oh, for God's sake. Now I've got a cat on the keyboard.
David says, put one inside your streaming PC. I did think about doing that, but I don't want to harm airflow. But yeah, I do like these. These are great. Semram says, Kath, are you making mic versions to sell online?
I did did think about it, but
it was a thought, yeah.
Just have to do the Mario without any hair.
Yeah, just Mario without any hair and a few more pounds. Another super chat from Rasher. Thank you very much, Rasher, for 20 euros. Great to see you back, Mike. All the best. Thank you, Rasher. Rasher's also been, well, I don't think he's not been unwell, but he shares probably similar thoughts and doubts that a lot of us do about your health as you start getting a bit older. And yeah, you know how it is. There's Mark Berry, and there was me thinking no live stream tonight. It's not a live stream, it's a telethon. We're collecting for charity.
We're not.
No, we're not, I'm joking. Speaking of which, I've been looking at, because obviously if you're in the UK, if you're self-employed, as of April, you'll have to start doing your self-employed assessment thing. So making tax digital, so it all has to be done online, and you have to pay your taxes like 4 times a year. There are mitigations, but very few. But anyway, it's one of those things. You're going to have to do it eventually, so you might as well buckle down.
But that's just doing AI again, isn't it? It's just going along with it all.
It's not AI though, is it? You can't really go against the tax office. If you do want to go, if Kath wants to put it all in her name and go against the tax office and go to prison, I don't mind, that's fine. I don't fancy going to prison. I don't think I'd last 2 minutes.
You phone them and just say you haven't got access to the internet.
Yeah, but you've got a YouTube channel. They're already going to say you haven't got a YouTube channel.
You only upload your videos at the library.
Kath, talking nonsense, please stop. Right, let's get back to where we were. Matthew Day says, I don't remember when the PC at the back got the display. Well, when I did the upgrade from the previous case, when I switched from white to black, it was all in there. The display was in there. There is a funny thing, well, not a funny thing. There is, with this cooling solution now from Thermaltake, along with many others on the market, they have decided to add an AI element into the software. So you can actually go into the Thermaltake software and ask AI to create an image or whatever to go on the screens at the back, which I like the idea of that, because it allows you to be a bit more creative without actually being creative. But at the same time, it's AI, and I inherently dislike it. Now, don't get me wrong, AI has some uses, but I don't think the benefits outweigh the cons of it. Because AI is going to be one of the biggest forces of basically screwing us, essentially. Whether it be from taking over jobs which are already done by a human being, whether it's with hackers and malware script writers using AI to make ever increasingly better scripts for conning us out of our money or scamming our accounts. It's any tool which gets released into the wild is going to have people which are going to use it for negative effects. And AI is one of those which is extremely powerful. Look at the deepfakes. Some of the videos that you see online, almost all of them these days, the AI slop stuff, it's very, very hard to tell some of them from being real. And especially if you're watching it on a lower resolution device or a smaller screen. So say you're watching it on your mobile phone. It's very hard to look at it and get the necessary clarity to decipher whether or not it is actually genuine or AI. I found myself with lots of things, especially things like Marvel movies, like people doing Doctor Doom kind of spoiler type trailer things or whatever. It's like, is it real? Is it not? It's very hard to know. And if you're relatively open-minded or you don't know the facts, it's very, very easy to get taken along the AI imagination path, and you believe what your eyes see, which is a really terrible thing in some instances. What is that noise? Is that our fridge? It is that time of year. Could be. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, it sucks. And the fact that, obviously, for those of you that don't know, most of you should by now, but if you don't know, the whole RAM shortage has been pretty much spearheaded by, well, multiple things all happening at the same time. So the very beginning of it, it was the fact that DDR5 was the kind of the market standard. DDR4 was being kind of put into its sunset moment. So people were stopping building or making DDR4 RAM chips because DDR5 was selling much better. So there's that side of it. Also, a lot of the machinery to make DDR5 wasn't being used at its full capacity. Also, it's hard to get hold of the chips, so there wasn't really a glut of back catalogue stock, which is always a problem if there's not reserve stock. Then if you take into account that a greedy AI company, OpenAI, which we should all shun and basically veto, yep, give them the finger. That's what Kath said, and Yoshi says it as well, give them the finger. Up yours, OpenAI, you tossers.
Quickly, just do that.
Oh, quickly.
If you read my comment, it's at the bottom because I'm still catching.
Zero defects. Thank you very much for that. It says put it into Intel stock. Hope you're on the mend.
That isn't
Thank
the
you.
one I was doing it for.
No, Kath was doing it for another one.
It's for Viali.
Viali. Oh, Viali's been a member. Oh, also there's Dave Aiken as well. I'll find that. Dave Aiken, guess who's back? Back again. Mike is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Oh,
It's me.
that. Trailer Park Girls.
It's Trailer Park Girls go around the outside. Where is Viali? I can't see Viali's one.
I know, I'm catching up.
No, I can't see it on here at all.
Do you want the time?
Yeah.
8:37.
8:37. Oh, it's a bit further back up. Sorry.
Oh, don't say that. I'm so behind.
Viali. There we go. Viali's been a member now for 22 months. Thank you very much. It says my Boolies Master Rex chair is top notch, Mike. Yeah. I've been honest with you, because I've not been well, I've been trying not to stay in bed all day because that is not good, not conducive to kind of living a life. So I have been using the Boolies Master Rex to my full advantage with the footrests and having myself somewhat horizontal for multiple hours. It's been very nice, very enjoyable. So yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying yours as well. I really like it. It was great. Steven says, hello Mike, hope you're doing better dude. No idea you were ill. Well, yeah, it's one of those things that you don't, because we have a lot of back catalogue as well of videos, if I get ill, like I'm still releasing videos, so you wouldn't necessarily think there was anything wrong because it's like, well, there's daily videos coming in, and I know I'm like you, and probably when you see someone releasing videos, you just think, oh, yeah, cool, they're still about. And it isn't until after you realise that they've maybe not been well for ages, but they've just had a back catalogue of videos. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so back to the OpenAI thing. So OpenAI basically have put together deals with 2 of the 3 main memory manufacturers to basically secure a massive stock of RAM for the AI infrastructure. Now, I should hasten to mention that the AI infrastructure, as of yet, they are basically buying the rights to use the RAM, which hasn't even been made into wafers yet. So the wafers haven't been made. The servers or the computers that the RAM is going to go into. How much?
Don't read it properly.
Fred Vandermeulen has sent you a money request. Pay now. Thanks, Fred. So yeah, they've bought RAM, which hasn't been made yet, on wafers that don't exist yet, to go into computers which haven't been built yet, to go into servers and racks that haven't been manufactured, to go into basically buildings which haven't been built yet. It's just like, oh my God, why? And the thing is, in my opinion, they are basically making it worse for themselves. Because, first of all, OpenAI, whenever someone says OpenAI to anyone who knows a little bit about tech or has found out about what is going on, immediately you just have that instant loathing for the company, regardless. Like, I don't like ChatGPT anyway. I don't use it. If I use any AI at all, I'll use Gemini, because Google, love them or hate them, they're pretty good to some extent. They make a lot of tools which a lot of us use on a daily basis. They
do censor, don't they?
Oh, they're still, Google are assholes still, don't get me wrong, but they're less assholes than OpenAI and other places. So, with all that said, so yeah, all that's happened to... They're basically speculating by buying all this stuff, which can't even be built. And also, there isn't the actual power infrastructure or the water infrastructure to cool or actually power these server factories or AI doom holes, whatever you want to call them. So it's all been done so far in advance to try and get them. They basically wanted to corner the market, and everyone else was doing really well. So how do you stop other people doing well? You basically take away their tools. And by taking away RAM, other people can't build servers. It sucks. Thank you, Fred. Got that. Do you want it sent back? Are you good? Thank you, Fred. So yeah, they're basically preventing other AI manufacturers from getting it. But what they've done at the same time is they've created a gold rush. So as soon as there is any kind of gold rush in any environment, it spirals out of control. Like with the COVID, when COVID kicked in, remember the toilet rolls? Remember the toilet roll hell that we had? And as soon as a few media outlets start reporting that there's going to be a toilet paper shortage or people are bulk buying stuff, they create the actual momentum behind it. So then everybody said, oh shit, ironic, we're going to be out of toilet paper. Quick, get some toilet paper, buy as much as you can because we're going to need it. And then that happens and everyone does the same thing, or lots of people do the same thing. And then everyone else gets screwed over because then there's like people hoarding toilet paper. In this instance, there's people hoarding RAM, which sucks. And the fact that they did the deal in a very underhand way with SK Hynix and Samsung, I believe it was. So they did the deal with both of those companies with disclaimers that they weren't allowed to disclose it, so it didn't get put into the mainstream. So they did the same deal with both companies. The other company didn't know that the other company was doing the same deal. So I think Samsung and SK Hynix can be forgiven somewhat in this instance for screwing the market, because they were basically making a deal as one would do every other day on the stock market or in business. So yeah, it sucks. They've screwed the proverbial pooch. And the thing is, well, like I was saying, I think it's going to bite them in the ass, because the thing is, say for instance you're making a product. In their instance, you're making an AI product. Okay, simple enough. So in order for them to monetize the AI product, they need to have users. Okay, that's a given. Or they need to be able to sell that product to other people, which again is a given. So by taking all the RAM off the market, making it almost impossible for enthusiasts or consumers or home users to build a computer, they're basically killing off some of their market, because that is who ChatGPT is marketed at primarily. It's to kind of the bulk home user. And then they think that if enough people will use it, it'll get embedded into other things, and then businesses will buy into it, etc. It needs to gain momentum, and it can't gain momentum without users. So yeah, they've basically killed off their base.
But then you'll own nothing to be happy, so would we even be allowed to have computers then?
Don't care. That is going to be one of those things that there's so many different avenues that you can look down. Like, are you going to have to end up renting a computer? Will you no longer be able to buy things such as your mobile phone, such as your laptop, your tablet, your desktop PC? Is it all going to go to a rental market?
I suppose most mobile phones are, aren't they? They're contract ones.
Yeah, so the mobile market in itself, you have the option. Very few people these days, I would say, actually go out and physically buy a phone. They generally tend to buy a contract, which happens to come with a phone. So that has kind of been a thing for a long time. But anyway, getting back to the point, the RAM that they are buying is from a wafer. Now that wafer can be used to make many different other types of RAM or other chips. So by taking away all the wafers, or buying the wafers before they've been made, also means that other devices can't be made as well. So anything which requires a form of RAM, DRAM, SD-RAM, DDR-RAM, whatever, NAND, whatever, memory in general, other manufacturers can't get hold of it to make those parts. So if Apple needs a bunch of RAM to put into its latest iPhone 18 or whatever it's going to be, they're going to struggle, or they're going to pay through the nose for it. Unless they've got a deal in place. Yeah, so eventually, obviously, if they pay more for it, the retail price goes up, we pay more for it. So OpenAI, in their wisdom, have basically created a wealth transferal program. So by taking the wealth of the consumers and transferring it into businesses, which, yeah, isn't great, because everything's getting more expensive, wages definitely aren't going up, the economy's squeezing everyone to within a kind of inch of their lives. So who are these people that are going to be buying into all these AI products? Because it's cool to buy these things with your spare income. But what if you haven't got spare income, or you haven't got a computer to use AI on? It's just a bizarre scenario, and I don't understand it. Yes, Kath?
Epic Cosmos.
What time was that? 8:54?
Yeah.
Hello, will the ADATA XPG Core Reactor 2 VE850 Gold power supply handle a monstrosity of 300 watt max? Well, let's a CPU, a 5070 Ti GPU and 12 coolers in the case, all running at maximum. I honestly don't know. I would think with that, Epico, your best bet is to put all of your details for the PC into something like PC Part Picker, or go to one of the common websites from like Be Quiet, Cooler Master, etc., where they've got PSU calculators, and it'll tell you what wattage your system is likely to be using, and go from that. If you've got a 300 watt max CPU and a 5070 Ti, which I think is probably going to use around about 300 plus watts, maybe slightly less, maybe slightly more, depending on the model. I think the 5070 Ti is about 300 watts. Let me know in the comments, am I wrong there completely? I think it's around about 300 watts max. Anyway, so yeah, that's a 600 watts, 12 coolers, I guess you mean 12 fans, so the fans are going to draw their power from the motherboard. 850 probably be okay, but I would say in the current market, if there's a difference between 850 and 1000 watts, if the price difference isn't horrendous, then maybe go for the larger wattage just to be on the safe side. Yeah, like Blue Collar Watcher says, always overpower if you can. The core reactors, I think, are actually not too bad a power supply. But as long as you've got a reasonable quality power supply, I would arguably double what you're likely to use. But, yeah, it's a tough one. Britway says, suddenly smart fridge doesn't seem so smart. Yeah, damn right. David Under says, why enter into contract for overpriced phones? My phone cost $199 and a year's worth of usage prepaid is $150. Cool. Viali says, I always way overspec my PSU. I generally don't as a rule, but I am kind of coming around to that idea of thinking. And also as well, if you look at most of the market these days, like if you go from like 650 to 750 to 850 to 1000 to 1200 or whatever, the incremental jumps aren't normally massive in terms of the actual costs. So if you can, and if you've got the money, like if you've got a 5070 Ti, that's what, a 700 quid, 800 quid graphics card these days. Again, I'm slightly out of touch, but I'm guessing it's around about that sort of figure, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less. But if you're spending like 600 quid, 700 quid, 800 quid on a graphics card, you're probably spending a good $2,000 on the whole system, I would have thought. So probably isn't a good idea to cheap out on your power supply. Like that's probably the last thing to cheap out on. Like if you're building a cheapo system, like with a very entry-level Ryzen, like a 7500F, cheapish motherboard, maybe a 4060 or a 3060 or something, which isn't going to use a great deal of power, then yeah, get a cheaper power supply because you're not really going to be pushing the boundaries. But a 5070 Ti at full pelt and your CPU from the sound of it at 300 watts, that's got to be what? Maybe in 14900 or something? Like, those are components which are likely to get quite sensitive when power starts being squeezed a little bit. So yeah, I would probably go a little bit higher if you can. Yeah, you'll never regret having headroom. I agree. That fridge is driving me insane. Anyway, so yeah, we've said basically all I can about AI and my dislike for it, my distrust of it. But having said that, I do use it. Again, Google Gemini, I've used it to create the Discord bot.
Don't use it.
No, don't use ChatGPT, but yeah. I've made thumbnails. I use it to create timestamps for the video. That is generally helpful because making timestamps for a video is actually really hard work because you have to watch the video, you have to like watch it pretty much in real time, make a note of the time, write down what it is, like things like that. AI, I would say, are genuinely useful because that is a time-saving thing. Now, no doubt there's other ways you could do it. You could go onto a site such as Fiverr and pay someone to go and do the timestamps on your video, but then do you trust that person to have access to your YouTube channel, to be able to watch the video, to be able to get the timestamps and put them into the video, etc., etc.? Generally, it's probably going to cost you a fiver at least, or whatever you negotiate. So there's that cost element. Whereas with AI, you can do it relatively easily. Again, you could probably do it in another way by just using some other form of program like Word possibly. Just dump all of your transcript into Word and get it to kind of figure everything out. Chances are it's going to be able to do a similar thing for you. You can maybe even get a spreadsheet to do it possibly. I don't know. Maybe there's ways that it could be done. But for me, like, Google takes enough money off of me anyway. So I figured, well, they owe me. I'll use their AI.
And then you use your channel.
Yeah.
Convert it into an AI person and then...
Yeah, that's right, yeah. They'll turn me into AI Mike, ditch me, stop paying me. Christ, what have they been spraying?
I don't know, it's bloody horrible.
Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am with AI. What have I been doing? What have we been doing? So, a video coming up soon, actually, on the subject of power supplies. We've got some power supplies in from Thermaltake. And they suggested that we actually do a video because they kind of like my ethos about power supplies, that like if you're building a cheap PC, just use a cheap power supply. If you're building a high-end PC, obviously get a good power supply with a bit of headroom. But they like the idea that I think that there is like segmentation in the market. So you don't have to just go out and say, right, I'm building a cheap PC, it's going to be like 600 quid. I'm going to spend £150 plus on a power supply. That makes no sense. Obviously, you can do it if you want to. The option's there, but you don't have to do it. So I'm going to make a video and I'm going to argue my case of the different market segments and the different power supplies which would be suitable in those segments, which I think is going to be quite interesting because there is a little bit of a kind of, there's almost a snobbishness about power supplies to some extent. And hopefully I want to try and address that. And maybe some people will come around to my way of thinking, or some people who just don't know any better will watch it and go, yeah, that makes sense to me. That's how I'm going to go ahead and buy my next power supply. But we'll see how that goes. Yes, Kath?
902, 69 Baker, 69able.
What?
Mike, I have only just joined your stream.
What timestamp was that, sorry?
You should be able to see it. So if you go direct to the bottom of the chat.
I'm at the bottom.
902.
902. And who was it? Oh, Baker side, yeah, I got you. Mike, I've only just joined your stream. Is that a screen inside the PC behind you showing the time? If so, what is it? Yeah, it is a screen. So this is the Thermaltake View 370, 390? Can't remember. One of those two. At the top, there is actually a space where you can basically, there's a blanking plate, so you can put one of their own screens in. And that screen is connected via a USB cable into the motherboard, and it uses the Thermaltake TT ARGB software. And you can go in, you can basically tell it to display kind of GIFs, JPEGs, MP4s, all sorts of stuff. And there's also some built-in stuff, so you can get it to choose things like system temperature, GPU temp. Yeah, we've done a video on it, so you can have a look at that. If you look at the I'm sure it's in the View 360 video, possibly. If not, I might have to make another video. And in fact, actually, that's something which come up recently about the way we do our videos. And actually, we do encourage constructive criticism or pointers. Now, on Friday, we released the video for the Corsair Frame 4000D RS ARGB, kindly provided by Colin Hilton. Thank you, Colin. And normally in those videos, I would go through and I would do like the RGB tour and the cabling and stuff like that. And I think it's because I must have done it when I wasn't very well or getting unwell. And I know my mind was all over the place. I was scatterbrained beyond belief. I really was. It was not great. But anyway, on that video, when it came out on Friday, a couple of people in the comments quite rightly said, would have been nice to have seen the RGB lighting on the fans or a bit more information about the fans. There were some people that weren't entirely sure how the fans connected or how they would be used, whether or not they had to be used with like one of those Corsair IQ devices or iLink, whatever like that. So I thought, right, no, that's absolutely fair. Those types of comments, if I'm getting those kinds of comments, clearly I've done something a little bit wrong, or I've missed something, or I haven't emphasized the point. So what I decided to do was straight away I would get onto the camera, get the case out, go through it slowly and surely and steadily, and go through it in just a lot more expanded depth. So rather than making the first video be like 45 minutes or half an hour or whatever it was, I think it was quite a long one anyway, but I don't always know what people want to know from a video. So it's nice to get the feedback. So updated the video. So late on Friday, I think it was, late Friday evening, I released a kind of like not an addendum, but basically an additional video covering the fans in more detail. Now, actually, as it turns out, the video is great because not only does it show you the fans working, noise levels, RPMs, how to wire them up, how to daisy chain them, all that kind of stuff. And it also is actually quite good information for people who are just connecting up RGB fans for the first time and don't know how to set them up. So it kind of serves two purposes. The video's absolutely bombed. I'm not going to lie, both of them did. And usually a Corsair or case video on our channel generally does pretty well. And fan videos generally do pretty awesome as well. But I get it. You're all pissed off at the moment with AI and the PC industry, and yeah, it's just crap. It's just crap. It sucks. It really does. So by the video was 10 of 10, which is unheard of for a fan or case video. They got absolutely shocking views. So if you want to help out the channel, if you want to watch both of those videos over the weekend and leave a nice comment for the algorithm, that would be super. We'd love to see you do that, and we'd love to answer your questions as well. So if you think there's anything else we've missed in the video,
or any other videos you'd like,
or any of the other videos, if you watch a video and like, even if we're friends, I know you, we've spoken, we're on good terms, please be brutally honest in the video and say, like, if I've done something wrong or I've said something incorrect, or you think I didn't explain something particularly well, or I used the wrong language, please let me know.
No, I meant if they think of anything they'd like you to do a video on.
Oh yeah, and also if you want to see a video on something else, again, let us know. Software, hardware. I know some of it isn't as easy to do as others. Like if someone says, Mike, can you do a review of a 5090? It's like, well, clearly not, because I can't afford it for one, and they're like unobtainium. So no, that's clearly not going to happen. But for a lot of other things, you can make the suggestion, and if it is something which I can do, something which is viable, or if it's something... Angel, what have you been spraying?
Nothing.
What's that perfume then?
Sparkle.
I got this ginger thing, but I didn't spray that here.
There's something in the air. I'm talking to the streamers now, but there's something in the air, and it's like... You open the window.
Dad's reacting worse than me, Ange.
Huh?
Dad's reacting worse than me.
I'm sure it's giving me like throat cancer or something. No, it's like... It smells like roses or something.
The thing I sprayed was ginger, but I was at Brennan's house.
Blimey. Anyway, right, okay, moving on back to what I was talking about. So yeah, if you see a video that I've basically messed up or not explained enough, just let me know. I don't mind, honestly. If we're
video, lol.
if we're friends, that friendship will continue, even if you say something which I disagree with, or is hurtful, or is whatever. I don't mind. It's fine. My ego is fine. I can do it. It's great. What's that? Viali, Mike, can you get loads of DDR5 different CLs and do a test? No. Do you know what? Before the RAM apocalypse started, I was on the verge of doing a video of showing people how to use 4 sticks of RAM on an AM5 platform. So for basically adding more DDR5 to your system. I'm so glad I didn't do that video now, because that would have gone down in very, very poor taste and would have probably bombed. That would have been an 11 of 10.
I don't know, I reckon it would have gone really good with people just
Yeah.
slagging you off.
Oh, Bob says, Mike, stop waffling and get your finger out. Now that actually is another video which I do need to make, because there's a lot of people, well, not a lot, but there's a percentage of people which say, like, get to the point, stop wasting my time. Now I understand it. I feel exactly the same when I'm watching a video. The reason that I do waffle on is because I know for a fact, because I've been doing this for a long time now, if I rush through a video, people will moan. They'll say, you're talking too fast. I can't keep up with you. Or,
There is a setting.
talk slower. Your accent, I can't understand it. Or, you've showed that too quickly. How are we supposed to keep up with that? Or, I didn't understand. Can you please tell me more? So that is the reason why. A lot of the things that we do in videos can genuinely be done much quicker. But I am massively aware that throughout the world, throughout the viewership of the videos, there are loads of people with different abilities and what's the word I'm looking for? Like people who pick up things quicker than others. Do you know what I mean? Some people, like, you can show them one thing quickly, one time, they'll go off and they'll do it, and they're great.
Fred asks, what are you saying?
I don't know, no idea. But there's other people where you've got to repeatedly show them time and time. And there's some people that no matter how many times you show them, they just don't get it. So in order to avoid that, because we did get that in the early days of the videos where I did talk much faster and I tried to rush through videos, mostly through fear and anxiety. It's like, oh, let's get this done, turn the camera off. But as I become more comfortable with the camera, and also I learned from the comments in the videos themselves, I learned that I needed to slow things down a bit and massively overemphasize everything that I'm telling people to do. So even something simple like click on the start button, go up the start menu, choose a thing, click on that, right click, all those types of things. You have to go through these things in a lot of detail, because otherwise people that are doing it for the first time have no idea. And I found this out. If I go to watch a video, like a car repair video, where I'm trying to change something on a car, I'll watch the video and they'll go through it in such a quick way or not show the camera angle that you got no idea. So they're like, yeah, open the bonnet, pull out the distributor. It's like, well, where's the distributor? How do I release it? What cables do I need to detach from it? All that kind of thing. So you do have to have a bit of balance. And I found over the years that the majority of people were asking me to be more detailed and also to do things slower or more methodical. Like you know those books for dummies, like Windows for Dummies, that sort of stuff? They were very long-winded and drawn out. But there's a reason for it. It's because there are various learning levels. Now, obviously, if you're someone who's a little bit more in touch with what's going on, or you've done it before, or you kind of got an idea, you can blast through the video if you want to. That's fine. But there's other people that can't do that, or are just scared to death. Like even the simplest video we've got on the channel is how to remove the BIOS battery. But yet, even still, we've had hundreds of thousands of views on that video.
No, the Hive change of batteries.
Yeah, that as well, yeah. Removing a BIOS battery, like for most people, you know, it's simple. You find it, leave it lifting up, the battery pops out, you stick a new one in, job done. But you'll be amazed at the amount of people that just don't know how to do it. And still, even watching the video where I'm literally like moving the prong across so the battery pops out, they're like, mine won't do it. I've got to put so much pressure on it. It's like, I don't know how I can explain it any better than I have. And even going through a BIOS battery video, which takes like, I think I did it for about 5 minutes, explaining it all in massive detail, and people were still getting problems with it. So it just goes to show that there is a reason behind why we do what we do. and why I take the time over the things I do. Hopefully you get it. Anyway, yes, Kath.
912 Steve Fling.
912. I'm looking to build my son's first gaming PC and I'm not sure whether to go Intel or AMD on the DDR4. What do you think would be the best option? Your opinion would be grateful. Many thanks. Well, Steve, it's possibly not as straightforward as you would think so. Aptitude is the word I was looking for. Yeah, thank you for that.
Charles Ballard's off.
Oh, cheers, Charles.
His fans make a noise. He needs to take it off.
Okay. Yeah, looking to build sons first. To be honest with you, if you're on DDR4, I probably would be, well, it's going to be based on costs. It's going to come down to the cost and what budget you've got and what sort of platform you're looking at getting. If you're just doing something cheap and cheerful, then you can pick up something like a Ryzen 5600 or 5700X on sale at AliExpress for £70–80. That's going to be a great platform, DDR4. Stick it on a B550 motherboard and you're off to the races. Intel-wise, probably not as flexible, and motherboards are probably going to be more expensive and scarce, especially on DDR4. So yeah, I think I would be tempted to go AMD. Funny enough, I've actually got a PC which I'm selling at the moment, which I was supposed to sell today, but actually going tomorrow. That is a Ryzen 7 5700X with a 4060, 16 gigs of RAM on a B550 platform, with a 1TB NVMe drive, nice case and all that kind of stuff, nice power supply, which is, I think it was a Corsair 650. That I think is going to end up selling for about £600, which for a £600 new PC in this market is actually pretty good. And I did look back to what I've sold previously for similar sort of money, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So I would say, yeah, ideally you want to try and wait for sales to come up with AliExpress, because AliExpress sales with the processors are phenomenal. They really are. You can save almost like half. It's mental, it really is. If you're not too sure, or you want to maybe pick up some deals, you can join our Discord. That is completely free of charge, and I will put a link if this actually still works, which, no it doesn't, because I didn't pre-program it. I knew I'd forgotten something. There's a link in our video description anyway for the Discord. Kath will put it in the chat. It's, yeah, that is where you can save a lot of your money. If you go out and buy a retail 5600 or, well, yeah, say 5600, I think at the moment at retail you're looking at about £80, thereabouts, maybe 90. If you buy one off AliExpress, you should be able to pick one up for about £55 to £60. So that's a pretty significant chunk of change. And if you're looking at ones slightly higher up the tiers, the 5700X, those I think at the moment go for around about 140. I think they've mostly been superseded by this 5700 XT, which is about 140. But you can pick those up pretty easily with the AliExpress sales for, I think I paid about 75 for mine, which yeah was a phenomenal. Actually, can I see from here? Yeah, 70, I think £72 I paid for mine. That was back in November. So obviously prices have changed a little bit since then, but I would certainly, I would think I'd be going AMD. At least that way you've got a pretty decent upgrade path. If you're starting off low, you want to put in something a little bit better later on. So start off with like a 5600 or 3600 maybe. Then go to 5600, then you got like the 5700 or the 5700X 3D. Or you can go for one of the, like the crazy parts, like the 5950 or something, if you want to go multi-core. But it does give you a lot of options.
Ashley Strachan, just below that one.
Oh, let's scroll down. Where did I get to? What?
What's the highest CPU on DDR4, I think it was.
The highest CPU on DDR4, I think, is the 5950X. I'm pretty sure. It's been something which I've not really paid a lot of attention to for a long time, because I kind of come off that platform a little while back. So I've not really paid a great deal of attention, but I'm pretty sure it's the 5900, either the 5900X or the 5950X, I think, are the top of the line. 69 Baker, 69 Abel says, Bristolian, eh? Shout out to the Southwest boys. Yes, I am very much Bristolian. Mike B says, I was stuck in a boot loop and you walked me through it. Glad to hear it was helpful. Just read through.
Stinky graphics.
Oh, Bob says, Mike helped me out the other day with a 7970 XT GPU. Found out it was not working. Ah, yes, I recall that, old Bob. Yes, sorry. What was your... I can't think what your Discord name was now. But yeah, that was pretty awful. But glad we sorted it out.
I know it is.
Yeah, I'll still forget.
Mike used to be like that at the BBC. He'd forget names and just call everyone mate.
Lead Farmer says, I help with BIOS recovery via programmer with second PC for finding bent pins. Finding bent pins. Yeah, Lead Farmer's been doing a stellar job, as has Shaky in the Discord tech support wise. I know it's been like the holiday season, people have all had stuff to do and what have you, but obviously there's others which have been helping out as well, which we do massively appreciate. I did see Sky in there a few times helping out a few people. Yeah, lots of people do chip in, but I must say Shaky and Lead Farmer have been doing the lion's share, and I do apologise. It should be me. It's my Discord. Well, it's not my Discord, but it's our Discord. It's my name over the door, so I should be doing more. But massive shout out. Thank yous for
Massive what?
yeah, words ain't easy. Massive shout out and thanks
Sorry.
to Shaky and Lead Farmer for all the hard work and graft you've been putting in. It is massively appreciated. It genuinely is.
And also, while you're on that subject, what
Yeah.
about the video you did from Discord?
What about it? Oh, what? To try and... Yes. What did you lot think of the video we did based on our
This is so long
Discord
ago
call?
now.
It was ages ago, yeah. So basically, yeah,
I have done this
we did a video. I always wanted to do it so that we could have the Discord open for tech support and someone could come into a call and then I could record the call and the kind of the process of the steps. And if we do enough of those videos, eventually it's going to be like a great repository for people to watch and be able to kind of see how it's done or see how we diagnose things.
Or
So,
even
yeah,
for
it would
people
be...
to refer back to.
Yeah, it would be nice to see what people's thoughts are on that type of video. I know on the channel, it's like we've got a really wide demographic of people, and there's some people that don't like long form content. There's some people that don't like shorts content. There's some people that don't like any content. No, I'm joking. Some of you do. But yeah, I quite like doing the long format or longer format videos. It just suits me because I struggle to do it quicker, to be fair. But I kind of like doing it that way. But some people liked it, some people didn't. Semrab says Discord call was great. Thank you, Mike. Awesome. John says it was a good video. Thank you. Papa Mav, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Bob says it was a great video. You need to make more of them. I do. Yeah, that is the thing. I do want to do more of them. Definitely want to do more of them. I need to work out a method of doing it that works for me. Ideally, I need more screens. So I can have one in the middle so I can see what I'm actually doing. And like a Discord one to the side and then maybe like another one so I can use to like get research data or whatever I'm looking at. Yeah, I am doing my best. I'll try and do it.
If they come across any problems that would make a good video, maybe let you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah. As always, if you, in your daily business, if you find something like a video, someone else's video on YouTube, for instance, that you find helpful, or something that you've done yourself to your own computer or a works computer or a friend's computer to fix something, and you think it might be beneficial to other viewers, then let me know. Drop me an email, drop on the Discord, whatever you want to do. Just get in touch and let me know, and I will try and share the word. It's always great to see what other people are doing content-wise, and if there's something interesting, then yeah, it's well worth doing.
You're so off balance with me tonight. I meant if anyone's taking help or doing help on the Discord and they think that would make a good video,
Yeah.
to ask you to
Well, yeah, it's the same
do a
thing, isn't it,
video
really?
call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what
That's
I
what I
meant,
mean, yeah.
not what you said.
Right,
But,
okay. I get it.
So I don't know if you want to say that out loud.
Yeah, so if you, Discord calls, if you want to do one, if you're getting on or you're in one, and it's quite, I suppose it's difficult to do, isn't it? Because if you're in a call, you wouldn't know if it's going to be interesting until you get into quite long depth, by which point most of the diagnostic work will probably be done. So I don't know how that would kind of work. But if you want to record them yourself and fire them onto me, and I'll make you famous for 2 minutes.
And do enough of them, you'll have your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
The cats are good, James.
The cats are good, yes, thank you. Where's the big O and how's she doing? We haven't had a stream for like 4 or 5 weeks.
But we haven't seen her
But
tonight.
not seen her, and she hasn't commented on any videos recently that I recall. So I honestly don't know. Hopefully she's okay. Being that she is part human, part vampire beast, she might be hiding out somewhere. I don't know.
And we have taken a month off, so
Yeah,
whether
that's
she
true. Lead Farmer says, yeah, pre-diagnostic call, then set up an appointment. Okay, yeah, that could work. Hey all, sorry I'm late, says Rick. No worries, Rick. You're very welcome.
can't see Rick on mine. Why is it not coming up on mine? Where's Rick? Oh, there, I don't see it.
Mark Berry says, Rasher, I watched Interstellar last night and might watch Gravity tonight if I don't fall asleep. We were talking about this. I'm going to go slightly off topic. With films, there are some films which are amazing, but you have to watch them in the right way. One of them is, well, Interstellar is great. That really needs to be seen on a big screen with a decent sound system, or at least some decent headphones, because yeah, it's a really, really cool track, and the visuals are excellent. But one which I like was Gravity from years and years ago. I think that's like 2006 or something. But yeah, the film Gravity, if you haven't seen that, if you've got a big telly, or at least a widescreen, because it needs to be watched in 21 by 9, because it is a proper widescreen movie. The visuals in that are phenomenal, and the sound is excellent. If you've got some decent headphones, wear them, because the spatial audio, when them being in space and the kind of things traveling around, it's just such an experience. And it's actually a really good film as well. I've watched it probably 15-20 times. I've actually got it on Google, on YouTube, as one of the paid things. I bought it, I think, or got given it or whatever. But yeah, it's brilliant. If you have it on Blu-ray, or you can get hold of it somehow, let's say, then yeah, it's really good. Ashley says, yeah, I saw Gravity at IMAX and wow. Yeah, it's a freaking awesome film. Awesome. I love sci-fi stuff anyway. But yeah, there's something about Gravity which gives you a sense of the huge thing of space, like how big it is, and also the loneliness as well. Like the sound, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but the sound is excellent. It's very, very immersive. Very worth watching.
Dutch John says, I like fix or flop videos.
Oh, funny enough, there was...
You love one we done today.
We did a fix or flop today.
Windows 90.
Because today's been one of those days where I've not been feeling too bad. I've had a little bit of a few like woozy spells, but I can deal with them at the moment. How long that'll last, I don't know. Maybe indefinitely. I don't know. This might be just the way things are for now. But I did a fix or fail today, or fix or flop. It's an old Pentium 3 600. So that gives you some idea. Actually, I'm going to look. When did the Pentium 3 600 actually come out? I guessed it was around about 98.
Dan Morris says, you sound like you're in the bottom of an empty petrol barrel.
Thanks.
Don't know why.
Anyone else saying that? Am I...
No.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I'll get my microphone on there. It might be echoing. Wonder if, might be if the overhead one's on. Let me just check. Overhead. Overhead. Spot mic. Where's spot? I can't see. It should be okay. It should be okay. I'm not sure what's going on. If you got me open in like in Discord as well as this stream, 2 streams open maybe. That might do it. Anyway, sorry. No, it wasn't a slot 1. It was actually a socket. Is it a socket S370? Where's your mouse? Pentium 3 600 is the EB version, which I believe EB stands for extended bus. So that was the one which would do 133 frontside bus rather than 100. CPU world. There's an EB slot 1. Consent. Where's this? I don't want the slot 1. I want the S370. Introduction date October the 25th, 1999. I would have thought it was later than that, but let's have a look. Is it socket S370? Let's have a look. Socket S370.
Skystalker says, why would you try and fix an Intel P3 600?
Well, do you want me to spoil the video or do you want me to answer the question? I can do either. So, right, yeah, the EB Kent
Sprog's in here, sorry, but basically a vintage synthesizer tech. Maybe a bit too specialist to be any help to anyone here. He thinks he's in the wrong tech chat.
Hey Kent, how you doing? No, you're more than welcome. You can help someone here with vintage synths, but I don't know if anyone's got one. But you're more than welcome. Yeah, so the one in this computer was a Pentium 3 600 EB, but it's definitely a socket S370. It wasn't on an adapter. But it says that they only came on an adapter, but it isn't.
Skystalker says, give us the hook. Why do I need to watch it?
Right. Why do you need to watch it? Well, I made a blood sacrifice to the PC gods. I used some choice language. What else was there?
You've been doing that all night.
I said some funny things. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I've been a bit like sweary and angry. Don't know why. Full moon, maybe? I don't know.
You're on the scale of the...
Yeah. I'm on the 0 to 10 scale. I'm probably on like an 8 or 9. I was getting pissed off today actually with a few things. But anyway. So yeah, the piece. Hey Aletta, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I've heard there's a little bit of weather heading your way, so stay warm, stay wrapped up, and be well. Hey Jason, how you doing? Yeah, this PC. So the fix or fail has been on a Intel slot 1. Socket S370, 600 EB.
You don't need to go any further. Skystalker, well, I'm hooked. I like potty mouth and blood too.
Right, fair enough. So the reason, well, why am I fixing the PC? Now there's a very good reason, because the PC, although very old and slow, it is one of those PCs where it's actually connected up to a industrial plotter. So the PC has like a dongle on the back. Back in the day, for those of you that don't know about older PCs, so back in the kind of early 2000s, before the internet was mainstream in kind of everybody's house, if you went to a company and say, for instance, you were maybe a t-shirt printer, or you did graphics, or I don't know, whatever it would be, sometimes just for just random things, you'd get like a dongle. So on the back of PCs, you'd have a couple of USB ports possibly, but you'd always have serial ports. So probably a 9-pin RS-232, I think it was. And you'd have possibly a larger one as well. But normally you'd have a couple of serial ports. Or possibly like a parallel port, which is for like parallel printers. So there'd be like a larger D-sub, like a VGA, but bigger. And in order for companies to not get ripped off, because software kind of piracy and the what's the word I'm looking for? The kind of the protections in software basically didn't exist. So you could kind of copy any software and it was fine. You didn't have any of that kind of online activation, or rarely did you have a product key. Sometimes you had a product key, but very rare. What you'd quite often get would be a hardware dongle. So the software would check to see if that hardware was physically installed in the computer. If it was, then you could run the software. Without the dongle, the software would load up and it would basically not work. So you'd have like a little proprietary dongle, almost like you'd get a USB Wi-Fi dongle these days. So you just plug it in and it would allow your software to work. But anyway, so this PC is used in a graphics design studio. Although it's very old, it works on some very old equipment, which they still want to use. The PC was having problems. I'm not going to spoil it and say exactly what happened, but the PC was having problems. So yeah, I decided that although we could possibly take the installation and virtualize it, because of the dongle nature of the business and trying to get a dongle to work on a modern PC, I thought the best thing to do is, this PC has been a workhorse for like the last 25 years. Why not see if we can give it another 5, 10, 15 years, whatever. So yeah, we went through the process of diagnosing the PC, the faults that it was having, and to see if we could get it back up and running. Now, I'm not going to say if we did get it back up and running or not, because that's up for you to find out in the video, but it was quite interesting to see. It was a nice old school PC, and it kind of made me hark back to some of the older times in PC gaming and PC usage in general. Like Windows 2000 was awesome. I really liked Windows 2000. I didn't at first because I liked the simplicity of the file system with Windows 98 and Windows Millennium. God help us. But Windows 2000 was like the first operating system which you could kind of generally use and it wouldn't crash. Yeah, it would crash to some extent, but nowhere near the level that the older Windows 9X systems would, which were pretty awful. So anyway, yeah, very much enjoyed doing that. Again, you will find out the final result. There was a lot of Molex powered devices in there, which is never a good thing, especially when you look at modern power supplies. Tell me how many Molex power sockets you've got on your power supply. And I'm guessing you can count them on 1 or 2 fingers. So yeah, it's an interesting video. There's some choice language. I ended up dusting out the PC because obviously 20 plus years of dirt and grime, and it's been raining here in Bristol today, and I had no choice but to take the PC out in the rain and use the dust blower on it, which is, yeah, different. And I didn't have my tripod with me, i.e. Kath, because she didn't want to go out and get her hair wet. So I'm trying to navigate the PC, the cables, the GoPro, and the air blower at the same time.
My hair, it's my slippers.
And it's like I needed like 6 arms. So the footage for that, I haven't seen the footage yet, but I think it's not going to be great. But hopefully it's watchable. It'll be fun. It's real. It's actually real. It's proper down to earth. No frills, no polish. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, hopefully some of you will enjoy that. I quite enjoyed making it. I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but hopefully some of you will like it. Giz has 0. Nice. Ashley says, just bought the ZX Spectrum today. The retro copy one. So damn good. I was always a Spectrum person myself. I had a VIC-20, and then I progressed up to the Spectrum 48K. But I had the Plus version, not the rubber keyed one. So I was spared the rubber key madness. But yeah, good times. I enjoy the retro PCs. And potentially, if it gets to a point where the PC building and PC maintenance and whatever you comes to a halt, then possibly we will start having some retro stuff on the channel, if that's something that some of you may be interested in. I think I would be, but I don't know if it's just rose-coloured glasses, because you remember the old games that used to play for hours and hours, whereas now I think if I loaded one up, I'd probably play it for about 2 minutes before I get pissed off and then go and play Counter-Strike or go and play Fortnite or something. But anyway. Charles Ballard, I'm back. Checking clacking fan fixed. Good. Good to hear it. Did you record it for a video? That's what always I think of now. Yeah, retro always, says the man. Mike B says, let's have a LAN party. Send me a plane trip. Papa Mav says, War Thunder, where is it at? I struggle with War Thunder. I'll be honest with you. I've played it a few times, but I actually struggled to get the control set up. I don't know whether it's me, whether it's not designed for keyboard and mouse, or whether it should be used on a gamepad. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm not using the right control method. I don't know. Maybe I might have another go at that. It's been a while. Hello, Aletta. How are you doing? Good to see you. Rick says, I just bought 32 gigabytes of DDR3 1600 RAM. Wow. Fred says, is it true that if you place a video card on its side, it will get more cooling? No. Generally, no. Normally, if you put a graphics card on its side, a lot of people have experienced significantly worse cooling. It looks great, but it generally doesn't help.
James says you say that every time.
I know.
Keyboard and mouse. But you are left-handed.
I am left-handed, so I'm a bit disabled in that regard.
Do you know what? It's nearly a 50-50 split between right-handed and left-handed. What about in the chat? Everyone puts in if they're left or right-handed.
That's a great idea. We can actually do a
Do
poll.
a poll.
I think we can do a poll. Can we do a poll?
And it's shocking how close it actually is.
Let's do a
It's
poll.
slightly more right-handed usually.
Start a poll. Create a poll. Ask a question.
Are you left or right-handed?
Which hand do you
Maybe
use to wipe your butt? Can I do that?
Maybe they do the
guess so.
trap thing, or if they filed their nails, which hand would move with the file.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. There we go. Oh, add option. I can't do it, can I? Because I'm in the bloody stupid chat thing. In the clear...
The toilet paper.
Add option. Create poll. How do I create poll? Oh, start poll. There we go. Let's put that back where that window belongs. So there we go. Which hand do you use to wipe your butt?
Oh, you didn't need to do that either. Because that won't come out right.
So some people use both. So are you left-handed? Essentially the question is, are you left-handed or right-handed? Or which is your dominant hand? So
If you clap, would your hand go,
Yeah.
which hand goes on the top and moves?
if you're going to punch someone, which hand would you use? Because like
We're not.
your dominant hand is normally your punching one. But yeah, we're not supposed to do violence on YouTube.
If
So
you're punching a
maybe,
punch bag,
yeah. If you're clapping your hands, so get your hands like this, and
which hand?
do you go like that, left onto right, or do you go right onto left? That tells you which
One
is your
moves,
dominant.
One moves, one
Yeah,
doesn't.
the one that moves is your dominant hand. So if you clap like that with both, you're special. But normally you'll do one or the other.
Doesn't matter. If you're ambidextrous, which is your dominant hand? Because you may be trained.
Yeah, if you're ambidextrous, which is your dominant? That's what we want to find out.
Because you might have been trained to be.
Lead Farmer says, ambidextrous. Nice.
But if you're ambidextrous, you're usually left-handed because right-handers can't do anything with their left.
Let's see. At the moment, right-handers seem to have it with a larger percentage.
I don't know, 57. It's
Yeah, but 50.
Still-
Right-handed is way out in front. In fact, there's either more people are special than left-handed. Didn't expect that. Anyway, we'll carry on with that. I'll let you know later. Kath assumes that it's a very close
But
split,
you've got a third
50-50.
option in there, haven't you? But ambidextrous, they're more than likely left-handed because right-handers can't
Yeah.
do anything with their left.
Okay. I gave too many options. That's the
Yeah.
trouble. I use toilet roll, not my hand. Chrome UK. You're one of them posh people. Aletta's 100% ambidextrous. Yeah, use your say dominant hand. You've got to be precise. Come on. As Rasher says there. Ashley says, got to go and spend some time with my good lady, Mike and Kath. So damn good to see you back. Even for one night, look after yourself. Thank you very much. And say hello to your good lady from us both. With either hand. Does anyone use the 3 eggshells, the 3 seashells? Does anybody work out what that actually is or how that even works? I think that was designed to not be a thing, like to be one of those things which you never get an answer for. For those who don't understand what that reference is, it is a pop culture reference to the film Demolition Man. And Sylvester Stallone doesn't know how to wipe his butt in the future. They have to use the 3 seashells method, which he doesn't understand. And it doesn't get fully explained. At least I don't think it does. So if you know the answer to the 3 seashells, please let us know in that comment section. Des says, never use a Gigabyte 50 series GPU on its side. The thermal grease drips out. Yeah, actually, going back to that, the graphics card cooling solution, there isn't really a perfect answer, yes or no, to doing that. Like, graphics card being... I mean, let me grab a graphics card for simulation purposes. So, typically, your graphics card will be in a computer, and it will be in this orientation, so horizontal, which is the way it's designed to be used, to be fair. So, obviously, a lot of us, in our wisdom, like to buy nice cases with glass fronts, and it's quite nice to show off your graphics card rather than just seeing that, which looks cool but could look better. So by showing that, that can look nicer in some instances. The problem you've got is this cooling solution, there are generally going to be fins on the cooling solution. So you've got fans in the center, they're pushing air in, and it's designed so that air will come out top and bottom through the fin stack. So I'm not sure if it's going to pick up, but if you look through the fin stack, I'm not sure if I can get it close enough, but you should be able to see pretty much all the way through the fins. So the heat blows down through, it's got nowhere else to go than to kind of swirl around. So in a traditional desktop PC case where you've got it mounted like this, you've probably got airflow coming in from the front of your case, from here, blowing the air through the case and towards the back, and then exhausting somewhere at the top. So quite a lot of the heat gets pulled out that way, which is a nice way of doing it. Alternatively, if you've got a chimney effect case with fans at the bottom underneath your GPU, that can be even better because you've got air forcing its way up through, which can make it through kind of both sides of the graphics card. So as soon as the graphics card has used the fans and actually pushed the heat through, you've got that extra force of air from underneath blowing it up through the top and hopefully out from your exhaust fans at the top or back of your case again. So that is probably the ideal solution. Alternatively, if you've got a case which has got fans at the bottom blowing inwards in a chimney effect, you can put the graphics card in the vertical position, and sometimes that can actually help with cooling, because not only is the cooled air coming up underneath, blowing across the back plate, which sometimes will be attached to RAM modules or surface mounted shit. The cold air is also going to be blown in and be pulled straight into the line of the fans, which is going to blow the cooler air from the bottom than it would be from the ambient temperature of the case. So you might get some better temperatures in this position, but also you have got the other thing of some graphics cards, depending on how modern they are, can use things such as liquid metal and other types of cooling vapor chambers. Now, vapor chambers are generally tested to be working in a horizontal fashion. So the pipes, obviously the hot spot is towards the top, and normally you find that your heat pipes come from the center, from the CPU or GPU, they come out a little bit and then they spread along. But they normally drop down or drop up. So if you have your graphics card in a position where it's vertical, sometimes the vapor in the vapor chamber kind of gets a bit confused, or at least it can travel in one direction but has trouble recirculating back to the core. So you can potentially get bad results when vertically mounting a GPU. So there isn't a definite yes, no answer to that question. It's going to be dependent on, first of all, the case type, secondly, the fans that are in the case, and thirdly, the technology used in the GPU for the cooling solution. So there's lots and lots of variables. Personally, I quite like GPUs just the traditional way, because they're designed to go this way, getting a power plug into the top in a vertical mount can sometimes look a bit ugly. So then you have to go and spend money on some adapters to kind of either make it drop down 90 degrees or whatever. So although I like this look, also it does introduce other problems as well, such as problems with connectivity with the PCI Express extension port, which will plug into there rather than it going directly into your motherboard. So potential issues can arise from that as well. Hopefully that explains that.
Otis said yes.
Otis agrees.
Degu?
Degu, now you've done a review. Now you've done a review on the Frame 4000D. Would you recommend it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would. If you can pick it up at the right price. If it's £80 or under, I think it's well worth a look. If it's over that, I think you have to look around elsewhere. I would say the actual construction of the 4000, the Frame 4000. The construction of the Frame 4000 is not as good as the original 4000. The original 4000 is a much more solid construction, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it actually makes a big difference. It doesn't change the visual look of it. It doesn't change the ability to build in the case at all. It just feels a little bit cheaper. It's using slightly thinner metal or a different alloy, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, I quite like it. The original 4000X I liked, but I didn't like the amount of room at the top of the case for radiators. I wished it had more room. Is there, oh, I could hear a cat. I couldn't see it. There it is, down there.
Yeah.
Hey, Candy. Go back to sleep. Yeah, so the original 4000 was good. The Frame 4000, I think, improves it immensely. There's so many options with that case and things you can do to it. Its layout is better, its height is better, its airflow is better. It's just better in general. There's so many things which are positive about it. There's a few things which I dislike. The bottom basement section where you've got the kind of porous nature of it. There's like a little backing panel you can put behind there. That is a bit cheap. But it is actually functional, so I don't mind it too much. Yes, Kath? Firething. 951. Mike, when will you publish retro PC video? I haven't edited it yet, but it will be...
Day after you've edited it.
Yeah.
For Patreon.
Patrons will get it the day after it's uploaded. YouTube members will get it...
A few days later, because we haven't got many.
Probably about a week later at the most. And it should be out to the general public about a week after that. So, actually, that's another question we should answer as well, because this is something which you get asked quite a lot. And I think some people get the wrong idea about it. So, YouTube member videos. Now, some of you may have in the past, or even now, if you look at your YouTube subscription feed, you might get offered videos which say members only from our channel. Now, our members only videos work in a slightly different way from other members only videos. So, traditionally, the point of members only videos on YouTube was to be giving something back to people that financially backed you or paid a subscription, you know, for the YouTube memberships. We appreciate the YouTube memberships. We don't think that that should be a paywall. It's just a means of helping support the channel. So if you see a video which says members only, please be aware it is members only at that time. Every single video we make, first of all, goes to Patreon, because we get the most comeback in terms of financial investment from there, and it's a little bit easier to do. So they go to Patreon. Next, they become YouTube members only videos. And then after a short while, they then become general public videos. So everybody can watch it. So none of the videos are held behind a paywall. If you get offered a members only video, it isn't a way of us trying to get you to put money in your pocket to watch a video that you otherwise wouldn't see. You will get to see it. It'll just take a little bit longer.
And when we say to join our Discord, we don't mean join our members.
Yeah, yeah, that's also something to clarify as well. When we say join our Discord, that doesn't mean to join our membership so you get the Discord tier. The Discord's free. You don't even have to be a subscriber. You can just join Discord. It doesn't make any difference. There's no paywalls on Discord either, unlike some other channels, which I won't mention. Yeah, we feel that it's a community thing and it should be open to everybody, regardless if they even watch the videos. Rick says, I like the look of that case. Cool. Alexa says, my PC case has the motherboard turned 90 degrees, which makes the video card hang vertically. Yeah, that is the CTE range of cases. That is one of the things that I did have a concern with the CTE range, that if you had a graphics card which was a vapor chamber model, you didn't have a choice. I like to have choice, but the CTE range was a little bit problematic for me in that era. Also, I don't really like connecting things at the top of the case. That always just seems a little bit weird. But I do appreciate the design. I appreciate that Thermaltake have gone into them and tried to make it a thing. I don't think it is. I think the CTE cases probably will be coming to an end. I don't envisage seeing any new ones. They've gone really kind of all in on the latest cases, the Tower range and some of the View series. Those seem to be making a bit of a resurgence. Lead Farmer says, yeah, we don't charge for help either, but all donations are gratefully received, as they say.
Sharkoon Rev, Mike.
Yes, I remember the Sharkoon Rev. Yeah.
And also, shall we give away some memberships?
Yeah, we could actually. Yeah, we've got memberships that we can give away. We should try and do that. That would be great. I can't wait for the summer. I really need some vitamin D in my life.
I don't care about that, just the sun.
I want it to be like 25 degrees, hot, sweaty.
But workable.
Okay, yeah, workable.
20-ish.
I suppose so.
Just over 20 would be fine.
In the 20s. It's been like under 10 degrees here for kind of ever.
It's not even
Have you done it?
temperature.
Oh, you have done it?
No,
Oh, is
I
it
haven't done it.
Oh, right.
But it's not even the temperature, it's just the whole misty,
Yeah.
foggy sky.
Alexa says, my CTE case is the best case I've ever had. Love it. I'll be honest with you, every single CTE case I think I had, I think I returned every single one, apart from one, which went to Alistair up in Scotland. Jason's been a member for 4 months. Thank you very much.
Because we've done it.
You get some lights for that. You get a little bit of LCD RGB goodness.
LCD.
I don't know, my words are wrong today. I'm struggling.
That's acid, isn't it?
No, LCD, liquid crystal display.
What's
That's LSD, you bought.
yeah.
Fuck's
Oh
sake.
god, my brain's going now.
Dave, bite calf.
Granny, not his
There we go, there's some memberships. So, Nonny Strikes received a membership. Some Mistake, Andy J, and Peace Dog. And also someone else, I can't pronounce that name. So I'm not going to try. Jason Westway sent 5 Mike's Unboxing reviews on how to gift memberships also. Thank you very much, Mr. Westaway.
Well done.
Despite what it says in the toilets, I think you're a lovely man. One has gone
you want
to
a drink?
J Rose, Fat Belly. Hey, Fat Belly. What you saying?
Do a drink.
Yeah, I'm going to... Actually, no, I don't want to drink. 'Cause if I drink that too quick, I will just be pissing. So thank you, Jason. So J Rose, Fatabelli, I don't know what that says. It's Fizz, maybe. Kalino, 2077, nice one. And Fusoku, I think.
Oh, that was...
Thank you for those, much appreciated. David Underhill says, my Thermaltake Tower 300 case, worst one and most expensive I've used. I am so sorry to hear that. I quite like the Tower 300. The thing is with the Tower range is if you can get past the whole inverted I/O at the top of the case, it's actually pretty nice. But yeah, David didn't like it, didn't get on with it very well, which I feel partly responsible for because I recommended it. I thought it was great. Rasher has been a member for 52 months. Wow. Mike stopped the LCD. I've got me at it now. Mike, stop the LSD intake. You're no spring chicken. I'm certainly not.
He is on the mushrooms though.
I am eating mushrooms. Yeah. Thank you, Jason, and thank you everyone. Actually, I'll show you the mushrooms. I'm on the mushroom gummies. Have you ever tried these? I might even put affiliate links in there because that'd be fun. I could afford to buy some more. So these are from Iscan, mushroom gummies for immunity, brain power, and energy.
And he lies in bed till midday.
And I lie in bed till midday.
They work really good.
These aren't the ones. I'll see if I can get a close up on there. Is that close enough? Can you see that? I'm getting an arm strain. Arm strain. Is it working? We'll say it is. So these are pretty good. These are like little gummies, which are, they've got like herbs and stuff, as you Americans say, you weirdos. Why do Americans say herbs when it's clearly got an H in the front? It's a herb, not an herb. Herb. As in her. Buh. Oh dear, it's been a long day. And also, taking those. Those are supposed to be good.
Is that your soya?
Yeah, that's my soy boys. That's what's going to make me have massive tits. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. A bit too late, I said it now. What are you doing, Dave? Oh, that's an Eddie Izzard joke. Is he called? He's not called Eddie Izzard now, is he? Is he called something else now? I don't know. Vialis takes 2,000 milligrams of echinacea every morning. We used to take that.
I've kind of given up on supplements, really.
Yeah, Kath's not keen on supplements these days. I'm more so than she is.
Well, I've tried them all.
I got rid of that. You've got to fast forward it.
Oh, it's because you make me go out my screen. Should we give away some more?
Yeah, go on, give away some more memberships. I think we've got some more to give. Oh, my arm's seizing up.
Here we go.
So, there we go. There's another 5 Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How-To memberships. One to Michael Lovell. One to Jason Lemone, 75. Sam136 Heat. Raise 2 pence. Nice. And Mike San B9X. Wow. Viali says, Mike, I haven't had a cold all winter. I don't think I have, actually. Winter's not over yet. We've got a while to go. I'll get a summer cold. Always get a summer cold. Bit of a summer clear out.
It stinks to you, though, doesn't it?
Mark Berry says, I take B12 and vitamin D. If you take vitamin D, I think you're supposed to take K2 with it as well. Is that right? Vitamin D3 and K2.
I don't know.
Because D3, if you take it on its own, I think there's potential for it to calcify or pull calcium out into your blood vessels. So you want to have the K2 to kind of relax that.
And Google what it's made from.
Yeah.
Vitamin D.
Alessa says, I haven't had a cold or flu in over 20 years. That is because she is a vampire, not a human. Vampires don't often get colds. I'm sure they don't. Interview with a vampire. I don't remember anyone. Oh, actually, tell a lie. I think one of the vampires may have had a cold. You never know.
Why'd you call it aluminum?
Yeah. Remad gets vitamin B12 by injection. Oof. Jason says, it's summer here. It was 32 degrees today. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Firephone says, Mike, AI is a fab. AI will not replace trades. Well, it already is. Well, depends what you mean by trades. If you mean by actual people like up ladders and painters and decorators and plumbers, it probably could.
Don't it do operations and stuff?
Yeah, they are using like AI assisted operating theatre equipment. So if they can get rid of surgeons, then no reason why they couldn't get rid of a plumber.
Got rid of doctors, haven't they?
Yeah. Who knows? David Underhill says, I don't use herbs, I use prescribed medicines. Well, that is the beauty of this modern world. We can make a choice. If you want to use big pharma, hey, there's enough of it out there. There's a lot of it to choose from, so knock yourselves out. I won't condone people. If people want to use herbs, people want to use acupuncture, people want to use, I don't know, whatever. Hey, it's your life. If you make the right decision, great. If you make the wrong decision, well, it's your life. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, I try not to be someone, I used to be more opinionated, but these days I don't care. If people want to use whatever, fine. It's your life, your decision. Go out and do whatever you want. That is the best way to be. Because if you spend too much time worrying about what other people do, it comes a bit kind of consuming. Just, yeah, everyone's different. Let everyone do whatever they want to do. If they feel happy going to a doctor, it's great.
Acupuncture. What's the problem with acupuncture? Out of
Yeah.
interest. When I was pregnant with George, he was breech, and acupuncture would turn him round. But then he'd turn himself back again.
Here's an interesting question going back to Firephone. Mike, last year you had plumber problems. Did you use AI or a plumber? Funny enough, I used AI. Because I went on to Google and I typed in the problem and the AI response told me what I needed to know. And I fixed the problem myself in conjunction with AI. So in theory, AI there actually prevented me calling a plumber, which would have paid someone's wages.
Which plumber are we talking about now?
Me.
No, but what?
That out there. The drain.
But we did pay a plumber to do it and it wasn't done properly.
Yeah.
So we had to do it again ourselves.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to pay lightly.
Trump's brain will be replaced by AI. There's so many things I could say about that, but it's probably best that I don't, because I don't want to become one way or the other. Yeah. And also, people that live in glass houses should not be throwing stones. So, although America's got issues with their political system, hey, in the UK, don't worry, we've got exactly the same here, where we have lunatics running the asylum. So,
Don't know in every single country.
I think it's a universal thing. I think every single country on the planet has lunatics running the asylum. So, yeah.
Pay them to do it.
We voted for it. We voted for it to happen because we don't have a choice. It's you make a vote and one of the lunatics wins. Firephone says, so plumber wins in the end. Well, no. How does the plumber win in the end if he didn't get a job and he got kicked out of the equation? I think you've missed the point there, somewhat.
He somewhat got the job, but then did it not good enough that it
Well,
had
no.
the same incident.
How did the plumber win in the end? Because he didn't get money. He didn't get a job.
Though, didn't he?
No, because I did it myself.
Yeah, but after the plumber had already come.
Yeah, so the plumber didn't win, did he? Because it didn't fix the problem. So I may as well have just not done it at all.
But been in pocket, he did get the money.
Well, he didn't. His company that he worked for did.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
So the company that the plumber worked for made money. The plumber himself was just doing what he was told to do
He
from
gave the company the money.
minimum wage, yeah. Rogue Streamer says, trouble is most of the people running the UK have never run a business. I'm not sure if running a business is really necessary to be running an economy. I suppose if it would help if you had that kind of insight, but the reality of it is there are so many other agendas and politicians and companies and
Family ties.
backers, family ties, etc., that even with the best will in the world, and even with the most educated person in the role of being like the Chancellor of the Exchequer or whatever, well, it doesn't matter, whatever, experience, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But ultimately, any politician doing any job isn't allowed to do what they want to do. And if you think they are, you are very, very seriously, well, either naive or just completely out of the loop. Politicians do what they're told, all of them. That is part and parcel of how they generally get their jobs, because they are known to be easily manipulated. They can be manipulated easily. That's what I was looking for. Marbury says, yeah, the civil service are running the show. It's, yeah, every country's got their own kind of sideline. I know a lot of people say things like shadow government and all that kind of stuff. Whether that exists or not, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care, because it will probably be never made apparent to me, and I'll probably never have any direct contact with them. So if they exist or not, it doesn't make any difference. Basically, all politicians are manipulated or agendaed or whatever you want to call it into doing what other people want them to do. So they are basically just, if you imagine it like, I'm trying to think, like, imagine this camera here on a tripod. So the camera itself is the politician, but underneath it you've got all the framework. So you've got the mount, you've got the ball head, you've got the legs, the tripod, the adjustments. And that is all the other people in the background making the camera do what it's supposed to do. And the same as with politicians. The politician doesn't, if you, like, think about it seriously, like, it only takes a moment to think about it. If you seriously think that someone like Donald Trump or whatever here in the UK, Tony Blair or whoever, yeah, if you think that any one of those people actually like goes to bed at night, wakes up in the morning, like, I've had a great idea how to reform the economy, writes it down, goes out, does a press conference, that isn't how it works at all. They basically have the civil service or the shadow government or whoever it is. They say, right, this is what we're going to be doing this week or this year or this decade, and this is how we're going to implement it. So if you can say this, we'll start the ball rolling. And that is it. The public figure gets the ball rolling and sends out the message while the people in the background do all the work. That is how the government works in every single country. Well, not every single country. There are going to be some where that doesn't happen, but pretty much everywhere in the Western world, that is how it works. Thank you, Trevor Mundell, for becoming a supporter. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. J-Fix says, hey, Mike and everyone. Firephone, Mike, what is for you the best TV series? That is an interesting one, because I find modern television or modern films and series and what have you, especially those that are on Netflix and Amazon and Paramount, etc., etc. I don't know. I think they've gone a bit too far down the AI and green screen route, so that everything looks so fake. I actually quite like watching older series from like the 80s and 90s. One which I've liked a lot, and I really did actually, I thought actually stands the test of time quite well, was Miami Vice. I really like Miami Vice. I think the first few series of that were excellent. The first series is brilliant. It got a bit worse towards the end, it got a bit weird. But in general, I think Miami Vice is one of my favourites. Breaking Bad, I think that's got to be up there with one of the best series ever. Starting to watch the X-Files, that seems to be a lot of series. There's like 12 series. That's been good.
X Factor.
Let me see. Yeah, Star Trek Voyager. I went through and watched that. That was, I think that was good, because that had a good mix of practical sets and some green screen work. I think Star Trek Voyager was in that kind of perfect place in the mid-90s where technology hadn't taken over filmmaking.
What about This Is England?
Didn't like that much, to be honest with you.
It was a bit strange.
It was okay, but I didn't really like it. It was alright. The Wire, no, I've not watched that. I'm trying to think what else have I been watching recently.
Wire, I think, didn't we?
What have I been watching recently? Oh, Landman. Really enjoyed Landman for a modern series. Again, because there's basically no AI. It's all, well, not factual, but they take it out on location. They film in locations. It looks real. So yeah, Landman, really enjoyed that. Prior to that, what was I watching? There was something else on similar that I watched. Can't think of it what it was now. But yeah, lots of stuff like that. Really good. And again, some of the older films I really enjoy. Interstellar, Gravity, Life. What was that one with Jodie Foster?
The Accused.
No, not The Accused. Well, that's quite good as well. Where she went into that wormhole thing. Can't think what that was
Silence of
called.
the Lambs, that was quite good as well.
Silence of the Lambs is good.
Got some spare skin.
What about UK series? UK series, some of the best UK based series, I think, Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes, both of those fantastic. Life on Mars, I think I possibly preferred, but I think Ashes to Ashes really came into its own in the third series. It kind of grew quite well. It's very strange that a series actually get better as it winds up to the end. So yeah, that was really good. If you're looking for something to watch, actually, yeah, Ashes to Ashes, very good, and Life on Mars, both of them excellent. Green Mile, that's pretty good. Yeah, Red Dwarf, I used to like the Red Dwarf. They're kind of funny, I like that. Contact, someone said, thank you very much, that was it.
Is it true Mobland was based on life in Bristol?
I have no idea.
Not even heard of it, have you?
Possibly, I don't know. Mobland, yeah, I watched that recently. Could be. I think Bristol was supposed to have quite a kind of a big underworld type thing going on in it. Although, to be honest with you, from what I see, I rarely go out anywhere anyway. But yeah, I rarely see it, to be honest with you.
Our Wolfman says good night, sweetheart, to you.
Good Night, Sweetheart. No, I've not watched that.
No, he said he's going.
All right.
I'm joking.
Taken 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, those are good films. Tulsa King. Yes, I watched that. Tulsa King, that was great.
What was it called? The Tiger King. I thought it was.
Tiger King. That was weird, wasn't it?
Comedy to start with.
Yeah. Red Eye. Yeah, that was quite good. War Between Fish and Men. I've seen that one. The Land and the Sea was a strange one.
Publicum.
Publicum?
Any good Welsh TV?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know.
No. The Welsh TV, there's one programme. It's Publicum, which is POBOLY, CYM, I think, which means People of the Valley. Publicum. That is basically a Welsh version of EastEnders, but not quite so over the top.
But we work next door to it.
Yeah, we worked in the studio next door, so yeah,
That's the only reason I know
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before.
Firefang says they talk strange. It's called Welsh, but you're absolutely right. If you want to learn to speak Welsh, you just have to have a couple of mouthfuls of phlegm in your mouth, and you can generally get away with it.
Dim Affid. No, what's slow?
Araf.
Araf. Dim Araf.
Gavin and Stacey. Yeah, that's... Well, Gavin and Stacey was shot almost entirely in... oh, God. Barry Island. But a lot of it was also shot in London.
What, Essex?
Yeah. I don't think it was actually Essex either. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, there's some good stuff to watch. Fallout, for those of you who've got the Amazon Prime, Fallout, actually that's pretty good. If you're into PC gaming, which I guess if you're watching this or listening to this, then possibly you are anyway. But yeah, the Fallout series, I think the first series arguably was better. The second series is being somewhat of a slow burner, but it is kind of opening up the story, which is kind of nice. But I think the first series had a bit more pace to it. The second series, yeah, I think it's some episodes are hit and miss, whereas the first series, like every episode, I think was good.
Was Doc Martin shot in Bristol?
No, Doc Martin was done in Cornwall.
But Skins was done in Bristol.
Skins was done in Bristol, yeah. Two packets of crisps and a pint of lager. Yeah, that was quite good.
I like thrillers.
Yeah, Kath's watching a lot of thrillers at the moment.
Like books.
I'm actually getting into a lot of other YouTube channels, strangely. Tasty Classics. If you've not seen Tasty Classics, I'm really enjoying Tasty Classics. I think he's got a very good kind of persona. And whether he's really like that or not, I don't know. But he's quite good with what he does, and he seems to be quite knowledgeable, but he kind of pretends that he isn't. So yeah, Tasty Classics is great. I've also watched Not Economically Viable. That's also very similar sort of car repair channel. Quite a few car repair channels. I've been watching those a lot recently because I think it's been crap weather and I've not been feeling well, just to lie down for a few hours and just watch some of this stuff. I'll be honest with you, some of them I've fallen asleep to, because it is like very slow plodding along, building cars. It's not like very high energy, loud music. You're not your kind of Matt Armstrong type deal. It's not that kind of thing. It's very slow and methodical and humorous in places and tongue in cheek.
Watch that.
What's that?
Alex Cross series.
Alex Cross.
Yeah, where can I watch it?
Where can we watch Alex Cross? Joe? Or Job? Joe Barnes. Yeah, Joe Barnes, sorry. Job Arns. Who's this Job Arns?
Alex.
Lead Farmer says, I want Mike to try one day flash a BIOS with wires to motherboard. If I ever get a motherboard which refuses to flash, I will do it. Loki, yeah, that was pretty good. David Undrill says, I'm watching repeats of Yes Minister. Would be funny, except it looks more like a documentary. Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Joe.
Lover God says, I'm looking to upgrade my bedroom PC with the Johnsbow T6 Black ITX case. Any options about it? Or any opinions about it? I've never heard of it before. So let's have a little look-see and see what that is all about. If I can find it. I'm probably one of the few people which actually doesn't really like Johnsbow cases. I don't know why. There's no logic behind why. Johnsbow T6 Black. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Let me show you that on the screen if I can. Actually, let me get a... I thought, yeah, that looks quite nice. And then I looked at the price and it's like, yes. Stream desktop, there we go. You see that? Yeah, you should be able to. So the chat's on the side so I can still see it as well. So there we go, Johnsbow T6 Mini ITX case. So quite a statement piece. I quite like the headphone hanger. That's quite an interesting look. I'm trying to get my head around what actually fits inside it. So it's got a large dual tower cooler there. 130 quid though. That seems like a lot of money, but I suppose everything's more expensive these days. So not a huge amount of ventilation on that side. Optional handle movement on that side, or there, or there. So dual slot cards, GPUs. Looks like it takes a full ATX power supply though. I think, let's have a look. Johnsbow. Doesn't say about the power supply, does it? Oh, PSU format, yeah, ATX. So yeah, I think realistically, if you're going for an ITX case, you want to try, if you can, to get one that takes an ATX power supply, because it does allow you to reduce the cost somewhat. I would be a little bit concerned about the GPU being only a dual slot. That might be a little bit restrictive in terms of what you can physically put in there. Looks like you've got a decent amount of room for a tower cooler, so air cooling isn't going to be a problem. Airflow, potentially, that mesh doesn't look... actually, yeah, it's probably not too bad. Yeah, airflow isn't going to be awful, but I think airflow would be a consideration because there doesn't seem to be any obvious fan mounts. Like, you've got a mesh there to let air out, but I don't really see... Like, you could probably mount a fan to that, and also the same for the top, but you can have so much metal restricting the airflow. So I would say you realistically have to go with either a very low TDP cooler or be in a very, very well ventilated room, I would say. Because yeah, that is kind of smashed right up against the front, isn't it? Or the back, or whichever. But yeah, the airflow panels aren't going to be very good for airflow. But it looks really nice, and if it matches your surroundings, then yeah, it's ultimately with ITX cases, there are always going to be some compromises or other. So yeah, I think it's fine. Again, it's very much one of those things. I wouldn't like to slate it entirely because I've never used one. And until that day, I probably am not the best person to judge. But looking at what we have available in terms of the representations on the website there, it looks fine. I think it's got quite a nice look to it. It's different for sure. My concerns would be cooling and what power supplies and stuff to put in there. A hot box, yeah, it potentially could be. Yes, it's a so maximum display card up to 215mm. So that's not very big. 215mm for a graphics card. That is quite short.
Heightist.
I am being heightist there. Senrab, question, Mike, are you any wiser? Reference the Thermaltake ITX build. Yes, we won't be getting an ITX case from Thermaltake, unfortunately. The review samples that they had have all been basically gone. So yeah, we won't be getting the T100? No, TR100. We won't be getting those. There is actually going to be a TR200 and TR300. So there's the ITX is going to be the 100, Micro ATX the 200, and a larger ATX version, the 300. So if you liked the TR range of cases, like the idea of it, then they might be coming around again. I'm still umming and ahhing whether or not to. I really want to get a nice-ish ITX case. I'm in a really strange dilemma what I want to do with ITX, because I've got an ITX motherboard, which is the Jinyu, the B650i Night Devil. I had to read off the box there. I can actually see that without pressing on my eyes too much. That's good. Yeah, the Night Devil from Jinyu. I've got an 8600G processor, which would be ideal on that board. So I'm kind of thinking I want something a little bit smaller, ITX, just something quite compact. Almost kind of like the Mac Mini, that sort of size, but a little bit bigger, obviously, for PC use. But then I'm also thinking I kind of like the idea of putting a larger graphics card in with one of those in an ITX solution. So it's not a small case, but it's more compact than a Micro ATX or ITX or ATX. So yeah, I've got mixed feelings which I wish to do. At the moment, I'm just playing it cool. I'm just going to wait and see what happens, see what people have got, see what companies offer, see if anything comes up for sale. I am keeping an eye on the bargains chat. I'm also keeping an eye on the eBay bargains as well, see if anything comes along. And actually, there has been some pretty good eBay bargains again on the Discord bot. So for those of you that aren't already a member or using that or taking advantage of it, there are some deals coming through. DDR5 deals, a couple of those have come through recently. Some excellent motherboard deals as well. Those have been really good. So feel free to join there. But yeah. Mike, would that t-shirt work? Would that t-shirt software work in a virtual machine? Would use that Was that from the discussion earlier? From the PC we're fixing? I don't know. I didn't look into the software at all. I was just told that it was very old software. I'm not even sure if the company are still in existence. So I don't want to really try and mess things up or have the possibility of messing things up, because there isn't really a backup of the system or the software. So yeah, just leaving it well alone. It would be an interesting thing to try and virtualize, I think, but I don't know how. The thing is, with some of those more obscure pieces of software and the more obscure hardware dongles, without having the schematics or knowing what the hardware dongle does, it would be hard to emulate that in software. That is one of the biggest problems. Like years ago for BMWs, there used to be the, I think it's the ETIS software, which needed a dongle, but someone kind of reverse engineered it because a lot of people wanted it. Obviously, hundreds of thousands of millions of BMWs on the market, and a lot of people wanted to do kind of maintenance work or connect into the computer on the system. So yeah, they backwards engineered the ETIS system so you could do that. But for a smaller piece of software, it's probably not going to be quite as easy. And again, I'm not an expert at doing that sort of thing. Chris, the guy who owns the business, he's not an expert in the PC stuff at all. He just wants it to work. So the simplest thing is just to fix it as is, and maybe if the PC gets to a point where some hardware dies and it is irreplaceable, then we might look down the route of virtualizing the system. But certainly, if I did want to do that, I would reach out to our good friends on the Discord, see who has the most experience, and then ply them with knowledge. Yeah, I think it would be Lead Farmer probably, yeah. First make an image, then a hard drive to do VMK. I'm guessing it could probably be done, but yeah, I'm not going to be planning on doing that. Right, I think that is pretty much it. Unless anyone's got any last minute questions or suggestions they want to make regarding where do we go from here. Like, do you actually want to see reviews of products in general, like for PC building? Let us know. If you'd rather see software fixes, maintenance videos, that sort of stuff, let me know. If you don't want to see reviews, then we won't do reviews. Simple as. Or at least we'll minimize what we do, because I'm in the same boat. Like, if a new load of motherboards come out from MSI or something, from CES, and they start saying, well, do you want to do the reviews on it? It's like, well, not really, because no one can buy, well, you can buy the boards, but you can't buy any RAM to build a system, so there's no enthusiasm for it. It's not going to get the views, so it's kind of like wasting my time. And if you lot are thinking the same, then whatever. I don't mind. I'm quite happy just to do whatever suits. Like, if I see something on the news that is related to PC stuff and I think it's interesting, like some of the anti-AI software, I'm loving that at the moment. That's great. And it seems that you lot are enjoying that sort of software content as well. So I'll keep on doing it. No more tasting RAM. Actually, I've got a very well, not an interesting story, but a slightly heartwarming story about RAM before we finish up. So, ages ago, I'm not too sure how this came to be or who sent it to me. So, whether or not it was an accident, a mistake, or just a fortuitous thing, I honestly don't know. By saying this, I'm probably going to unleash something, so we'll be careful. But basically, I've got this bag of RAM. So, as far as I was aware, it was some DDR4, some old stuff, like a couple of 8 gig sticks, that sort of thing. A mixed bag. I think there's like 3 or 4 sets in there. So this PC that I'm trying to sell at the moment, I needed some RAM for. So I thought, right, I'll go for that RAM bag and I'll try and see what's good in there. Because I know I bought some RAM, which for some reason one of the sticks didn't quite want to play ball. And the person involved sorted it all out. It was absolutely fine, totally amicable. And it might even be them that sent the extra RAM. I'm not sure. I think it might have been, but it's a little bit hazy still from that. And also when it was, I can't remember. It might have been back in the summer. I honestly don't know. But anyway, so going through my my RAM, and I'm putting this PC together, and I've got the RAM sticks, and I'm still not feeling 100% in my head. So I've got to take that into consideration as well. So I'm trying to put the RAM into the slots. and it doesn't go in. Like, well, why the hell is that not going in then? So you know what DDR4 is like? The notch is like quite central anyway, so it's not very helpful. So I turned the RAM the other way round and it's just like, why is that not going in? So I got my head torch, like, no, everything looks okay, what's going on? Trying to line it up and you can't quite see the notch because it's like hidden. It's like, what the hell? So try it in another slot, no, still don't fit. Like, what the hell's going on? Don't understand. So I got another stick of RAM out, tried that in there. Oh, yeah, that went in first time, easy. What the hell? So I got the RAM and looked at it and it's like, oh, it's like old green sticks, like green PCBs, which are obviously not been around for a long time. So I thought, oh, maybe it's DDR3. I haven't seen DDR3 in a long time, so I can't even remember what DDR3 looks like, to be fair. I assume it looks like DDR4, but different, so like DDR5 was from DDR4. And I just put it to one side, didn't think about it. So I had it on my desk, and I had a pair of them, and I thought, I should actually look into those and see what they actually are before I throw them in the bin. And I will get them off the shelf. They're actually up here. I'm not sure. Can you just about see them? I don't think they're just out of shot, just above those other RAM sticks there. So I'll grab them off here. And they look very, oh shit, no, drop them. They look very plain. Just got some silver heat spreaders. So I figured it might be late DDR3, early DDR4, that sort of thing. They've got MSI badge on them, but MSI don't make RAM as such, so, or at least they haven't done for years. So that give it some idea of the kind of age that it might be. And again, it's green PCBs. So yeah, Left Farmer says Rambus, and I thought to myself, yeah, maybe it is Rambus because it's kind of, it's old and green and silver heat spreaders, which is very much what the Rambus RAM would have been like. Samsung made the Rambus RAM. There's another super chat from Mickey Woods. Thanks, Mick. Another $5 into the kitty. Thank you very much. Says good night, folks. It's been good to see you back. Thank you, Mick. It's been good to see you in the chat as well. God bless you. And thanks for the donations. Very, very generous. Thank you.
What did you say, Dave?
It is genuinely appreciated. It really is. You don't know how much it's appreciated right now. Kath's left me in the dark.
Oh, sorry. That's
Sorry.
Dave.
Oh, eyes. Anyway, so I looked on these and I tried to look at there's like the serial numbers and stuff is written for kind of like, oh, I don't know what it's written, but I put the details into a Google search and I wonder if I've actually got it on my my history on there. Probably isn't actually. No, it isn't. No. Yeah, essentially I typed it in and it said these are MSI DDR5 8 gig sticks, DDR5 5600 mega transfers. So it's like, wow, I've got 16 gigs of DDR5 that I didn't know I even had. So if you're the person that sent me these, if you did it by mistake, do you want them back? If you didn't realise what they were, that's all I'm going to say. So I'm not going to use them in anything. I was considering actually, because I have got a motherboard, or the option to buy a motherboard at the moment, which Dave Aitken, God bless him, has purchased during the sales. Oh shit! I nearly dropped the mini PC. You've probably seen the review on the channel. So for this, the Gigabyte UDA620MH. So this is just like a little ITX, micro ATX AM5 board. But this would be great with a cheap processor if I can get one. 16 gigs of DDR5, potential nice little system on the road. I feel a little bit weird selling DDR5 systems with 16 gigs of RAM, but that potentially for a little micro ATX box might be just a ticket, even just for like a little office machine with possibly the 3600G in it, just running, or maybe it's a new PC for Kath. Who knows? What's that? What am I looking at? Kath's pointing to me. Probably won't work with MSI printers on it, says Viali. I'll be honest with you, I have not tested them. I do need to test them to see if they actually work, because potentially it might be just stuff that don't work and was chucked in a bag. I will check that out at some point. Lester says, it looks like the show is almost here. Perfect weather for hot chocolate and writing. Oh yeah, the snow. Yeah. Zero Defect says, win. David Thompson says, I was wondering where I put that DDR5. So yeah, it's DDR5. Again, I honestly have no idea if it works, because it was in a bag. Where's the bag? I'm not sure where I put the bag. So if anybody recognises the bag, I'm pretty sure I do know where it come from, but I'm not entirely sure. So there was... I'm not sure whether it was in the same bag or not. So I've got these ballistics, which are DDR4. I got a feeling one of these is possibly a little bit iffy, or it had been iffy. They look okay. It might just need cleaning or something, but I'm pretty sure I tried that. You know what it's like. Memory issues aside, I've got so many things going on, I very rarely remember exactly where I got to. I'll probably end up just retesting these again. I might even have to lick them, which, yeah, weirdly, for some reason, that has worked in the past. But yeah, so I had those. I think there was some Crucial or Corsair RAM in the bag as well. I think there was like 6 sticks near in total. That's not a bad idea. Well, the Crucial stuff, the ballistics, I'll have to fudge an invoice from somewhere. Lick it, Mike. There we go. We might have to. Just reading that. Viali just had a lovely strong black coffee. I haven't had a coffee in donkeys. I can't remember the last time I had a coffee. And I certainly have never had a black one, because that's just obscene. Anyway, so yeah, that was a possibly a fortuitous thing. Which, yeah, honestly, I looked at that bag of RAM probably a good few months ago, and I was thinking, what do I need that for? I probably don't need any of it, because I've got enough DDR4 for all the systems I've got here. This is before obviously knowing about the RAM apocalypse, and then basically selling like 3 or 4 systems with DDR4 recently. So it's been bizarre. But I will. Firephone says, Mike, RMA it. I might try and see if I can.
You already did that, didn't
I might try and RMA the ballistics. I need to give them another test. I need to put another little test rig together just to validate it. I've got an older B450 board here. I think.
Your defect says live RAM test.
Live RAM test. Oh, maybe we'll do that in the next stream then. We'll put together some test rigs and do some RAM testing and do some RAM licking and see where we can get to it. But it's a little bit late to be starting it now. In fact, it's a little bit late anyway. We should have wrapped this up ages ago. But I've managed to get almost to the 3-hour mark, which is incredible. And I'm still alive. And apparently, yeah, I don't seem to have a headache. Eyes are not the greatest, but that'll do. Heart's still ticking, so that's great. Happy days. Yeah, still alive. Yay! I trust my body to see me through. There you go. So, yeah, we'll do some DRAM testing maybe in the next live stream then. Maybe not even on a Saturday, maybe just a random ad hoc one where we'll just sit down, have a laugh, have a beer, and test some RAM, see what happens. Who knows? Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us on our return to 2026. Hopefully we'll be more of the same, but like I said, my situation changes from hour to hour, day to day. So I never know where I'm going to be, so I'm not going to make any guarantees that we're going to be back as normal. So take that as a warning. If there isn't a stream, it's because there isn't a stream.
We'll always let you know.
But we'll try and let you know as best we can. We might not give you as much notice as you'd like, because I honestly don't know. If I feel good up to like 4, 5, 6 o'clock and we're streaming at 8, then like in theory I should be okay, but I never know. I might have a bit of a funny turn, in which case I can't do it. So it might be last minute notice. We'll see how things go. But anyway, much appreciated, all of you. Thank you all for contributing. I will be, after I finish this, I'll be on the Discord for a bit. So if you want to go in the Discord and have a chat, I don't have to go to work in the shop tomorrow, so I don't have to have an early night, which is fantastic. Kath wants an early night, don't you?
I've got to get up early still. I have my chores I have to do on a Sunday when you're at work usually.
That light makes your skin look really nice.
You're full of shit.
I think I better wrap it up there. Thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you've had an enjoyable Saturday. If you have, don't forget, smash the like button. Share the video for God's sake, because we've got to get the views up. The views are horrendous. YouTube is really tank at the moment. But anyway, hopefully we've still got you all as regulars. So God bless you all. Thank you all for your kindness, your contributions. And yeah, we'll see you next week, hopefully at the same sort of time. So I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. And hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sleep well, be healthy, and yeah, enjoy. See you later. Bye-bye. I bet this isn't going to work now, is it? Nope. Nope. Shit. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. End stream. Night, everyone. See you soon. Bye.